Sorry guys that this background is still the Minions. I don't know when it's gonna air. And I'm so sorry that the Springsteen review said, "Oh, I'm gonna do this in 2026." I haven't got a Scooby sometimes about the scheduling about things. So yeah. Anyway, so the call or the choir or something now. It's a good film. I appreciate it, but it was a little bit, not a lot boring. It could be worse. It could be Springsteen, but it wasn't that bad actually. So I liked it in a way because I like certain, not all films to do with this, but a certain, if you're in the mood, you can watch some sort of thing in the background, sort of thing. You can watch films like this on telly in the background when you're doing your paperwork or when you're whatever, nothing to do with work, but just when you're doing something in the background, you just want to relax and stuff like that. This is the film for you, film for that sort of case. I was gonna make a joke there, but never mind. But yeah, this film was good. I'm not sure if it came out in 2024 or 2025 this year, or whatever you want to call that. But I do like this film. I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of it, but who cares? But yeah, I recognise the actor who played the German guy, or whatever you would call it, and he had a issue because people say, "Oh no, he's a German." Yeah, so, and that's not the case because he's a pretty nice guy at the end of the day. He's strict, he's stubborn, but he's a really nice guy. You don't have to call labels because he's a label or something now, you know what I mean? And I was thinking that some bits in the film, for like, it was not all the things were clear in the film, not all the storylines were clear, but probably because it's a 2025 movie and it's the BBC, because BBC is boring. So, not saying the BBC in general is boring, they have really decent programmes on the BBC, but this is a BBC film. And this is a non-popular film at the moment. Not like Wicked 2 that's going to come out soonish. When I say soonish, I mean it's really, I haven't got to watch it, but it's totally nearly time to release when you're watching this video. So I'm recording this in the 8th of November, and it's going to release next Saturday, or this Saturday, or whatever. Not this on the 8th Saturday, but whatever the next Saturday is going to be. So, yeah, so that's what I said ish about Wicked 2. But yeah, I did like this film. So I recognise the German guy. He was Voldemort in the Harry Potter movies. That's all I know about him. And about this actor. And there are other other actors and actresses in this film. I haven't got a Scooby who they are, but that's alright. Because I don't care. I do care, but I don't. Yeah. So, I do like films not when they just have random films about things. Sorry, but I just like films that I just talk about old source and stuff, and I like that sort of thing. But then it gets a little bit too touchy and too strict and too whatever about that sort of vibe you're getting in this film. And when I saw the trailer personally, I loved the trailer to it. I thought, okay, I'll watch this film. And it ended up being fine. It wasn't the best, it wasn't the worst, it wasn't anything, it was just completely alrightish. Because the story goes up here, it's like the orchestra. the story goes up here and then it goes down there again, then it goes up there, down there, up there, down there, with loads of information and stuff like that, either about ethnic or, I don't know, sexuality or sexuality orientation, whatever you want to call that, or I don't know, the war. So it's definitely a lot of war sort of stuff in this film. Not actually seeing bombs or stuff like that. Even though the scene when the brick fell down in the hall, not the church hall, but random hall they're doing inquiring, that was weird. So, and then there was no weird thing. The address thing of this lady and this man with the half arm or something. I don't know. I was concentrating on that number plate or something. Not number plate, but like number thingy on the door. And it's a 10 or is it 16? Because I'm not really sure if it's 16 or 10, if that makes sense. Because it's got that sort of thing. It's so annoying. So, it's not the most important thing in the film, I know. But I'm just cautious that there's not certain things that are not clear in this film. Not the information. Well, okay, the information in this film is not clear. But like, yeah. So, it's hit and miss. But I do love this film. I wouldn't say I'm a fan of it, even though I said loved. Did you see what I did there? Loved, fan, whatever. I wouldn't say I'm a fan of it, but I appreciated love, not fan love. That sort of thing. So, I wouldn't tell you the story just because I forgot already and it's so boring. Not boring than Springsteen or whatever, but it was boring sometimes. I can't remember all about the plot, but especially about this guy at the very beginning didn't want to do, or maybe he was busy or something like that, so he didn't do the choir anymore. Pianist or something like that. Pianist or something like that. So there's a new German guy that kicks in, and nobody likes him until some time later, and then I realised that this important figure at the very end, not at the very end of the film, but like somewhere around that point, who has like a voice or something, that's some kind of car. I don't really know, but he got cheesed off because it wasn't the same sort of thing that he did. When I say he, I mean the most important thing with the cloak and stuff like that. If you've seen this film, you know the one on bleh. Why can't I even speak anymore? You know what I'm on about. But if you haven't seen the film, don't watch this video, because this is loads of information, and not loads, but like some information about certain stuff about this film. So yeah, I don't really know. Out of all the 5 or 10 stars, some people say it's 10 stars, some people say it's 5 stars. I mean, like in general, not the story plot and the critics side of things. But I'll just say 10 for now. 50-50, so that's half 5, half 5. What does that turn out to be? No idea, because I don't do maths or whenever you watch this. But I do that. I do maths, but maybe we won't go there because it's not the subject of this video. But I appreciate this movie very much. I'll watch it one day, like other DVDs of war films or whatever films that do with history. I'll watch those sort of. The only sort of film I like is Boy with the Striped Pajamas, and Get to Me in a Minute. I'll edit this video out and I'll show you guys if I can. It'll come to me later on. But the girl who was stuck in the house and she lived upstairs because for some reason she wrote a famous diary, Anne's Diary or something like that. Loved that film. There's different sort of films about it, but like there's a certain film that I like about it. But there's different sort of war films I like. There's a war series I like Good Like Sweetheart. There's not really my favourite, but never mind. Some people on a certain age limit would know that. Certainly with Dad's Army. So I get it with war films and war TV shows and stuff like that. I get the gist and what's going on in things. So yeah. Anyway, 9 or 10 minutes. Wish me luck, say wave me goodbye. I don't know. That's Gracie Fields apparently. But yeah, I've got nothing. So thank you much for watching this video. I know I didn't say much about the film. I'm just so bored of it. I know I keep on saying I appreciate it, I appreciate it, I appreciate it, I appreciate it, but at the end of the day, it's kind of boring. And I saw this film with a person I know and stuff like that, and he or she or they found it boring. So I say he, she, they because it's anonymous, that sort of thing. Um, but yeah, they not like transgender they, but I'm talking about they like a group they. They thought it was kind of boring. So that's why I got nothing with this film review. Not because I got less into it with review videos these days, but I do like I appreciate the film. I like the film. I wouldn't say I'm a fan of it, but I do like certain war topic films and stuff like that, and I do with really good. Yeah. So I got nothing. Thank you much for watching the video. If you did, and I really appreciate it as well when you watch my videos and do good comments about it, because community guidelines on YouTube or something like that. Or maybe because they've been nice people out there. But yeah, I got nothing. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I absolutely got nothing. Sorry, this film is really good. But I did actually see it at the cinema today, on the 8th of November. But actually, I got nothing. I watched the whole entire film. I know the story. Deep inside of me, I know the story, but I'm not bothered to tell you because it's just too long. It's only 2 or 3 hours, and then for like, who cares? Because it's not really a popular film. No wonder the BBC is not really good with stuff these days. But anyway, see you next time. Bye.